We're at 975 Moraga Street in Los Angeles, California, performing a waistline inspection from the master bath cleanout right behind the toilet. We've already run the camera in. We've run the camera in to the point where we can see that it's paper compacted. I'm going to come all the way back. And what we're going to do is try and let this. It's got a lot of debris in there because of everything floating in there, the line being full. Okay. This is the shower area and the toilet area and the main line cleanout down below. And the hallway leading to the master bedroom and French doors outside. We're going to run this back in. We've already been able to see that it's a paper stoppage. It's just that this line is a cast iron line under the slab, and we just jetted the line out. We ran a high pressure jetter, but even though we ran a high pressure jetter, we're running back in now. It's going to catch. If there's a whole lot of paper run, it's going to compact. It's still going to compact in this line. Right now we're in ABS plastic. Then we transition right here from the ABS plastic, and we're in about 14 feet, going toward the front door of the house, going down the hallway area. Now we're in the cast iron, and this cast iron looks pretty good right here. It's kind of hard to see because of all the stuff floating, but it doesn't have that much buildup in it, not like it had before we jetted it. It had a whole lot of buildup. Right now it's stopped up. There's another bathroom that is in the bedroom next to the master bath and master bedroom. That's plugged up, and then when we get past there, then it's clear. Once we get past where the stoppage is, this is all the paper that's just compacted right here, and I think we're probably going to be able to push through this thing with our camera. We shouldn't even need a snake to get this thing open. It should just pop open and flow. It's going to build up in here because of the type of paper and because of the line. And there we go. And now we're open. It should flow here. We've still got a lot of paper behind us. That's right in this joint right here at 35 feet. And there's still so much paper in that joint that it just won't flow. You see that the water's flowing. When we get past here, it's just like muck. You see how thick it is. Because that paper does not break up. We'll go out a ways. And you can see it's flowing here. The pipe is just, it's old cast iron. It's clear right here. This is toward the den bathroom. It's still holding it because it's got so much paper in it. It's almost like soup. Now it's starting to flow. It's starting to flow. And now there's just so much paper in there, it may just go ahead and plug up out further. We've got to make sure that we get this pushed out. We get it pushed out enough that when we get this line cleared all the way. But you can see it. It's almost like soup. Run the camera back and forth. Now we're flowing. Got a whole lot of water behind us that is just flowing through. We've opened it up. We've opened it up really well now. And this water is just flowing. But we need to flush paper real well. We're going to have to run the showers for a little bit and just really flush this stuff out of here. Right now we're open. We're not plugged up anymore. You should be able to see. I just flushed the toilet, and it will take a minute, but you should be able to see the water come through from the toilet. It'll take a minute, and you'll see it increase for just a moment as it flushes through. Toilet. See how it increased. I'm going to flush it again. And you can see the water starting to pick up now, and that's from the toilet that I just flushed again. You can see you still got a lot of paper. Got a lot of paper in here, and we do have one joint as well that does have some root intrusion right here. And we're gonna locate and mark this area. We weren't able to get out this far last time. I'm going to see if I can, that's at 121 feet, I'm going to see if I can get out further as well. That wasn't where the stoppage was. It was just in the cast iron. Yeah, we weren't able to get out this far last time. Maybe with the cast iron so clean this time we're able to get out further. And also we have huge root 28. And then we transition to ABS plastic here. And this portion of the line, the 6-inch line, has had a liner installed, but we have a really bad root intrusion right here. Really bad. Right out by the, looks like it's right by the city connection. It is. Really bad root intrusions in the street. We have several issues with this pipe. There's a separation right there and an offset, big offset. You can see the whole face of the pipe right there. And we have pretty large root intrusion right here at the joint that this joint was, it's in the street where the liner was stopped. Unfortunately, didn't get lined all the way out, all the way to the 6-inch lateral connection at a saddle. It only got lined to here, and there's some huge root intrusions here at this point. You can see we've opened it up running a snake numerous times. There's some big roots right here, and that is in the street. We're going to see from the, we're going to go from the city sewer, come back water flowing. So we're going to take it right here from the city sewer and see how many feet of 6-inch there is right here. Back in for just a moment. So we're at about 168. 169 feet. So pull back now. Here's the pipe as well. There's some big cracks in the pipe and that big offset. Large root intrusion right there at 162 feet. And then we have a sectional liner right here. You can't line all the way to that saddle connection. They could have gone in a little further, but you can't line all the way to that saddle connection. So unfortunately, it would have to be replaced at this point. Should be at about 150. 168, about 138, between 132 and 138 is where we're transitioning, which we are right here. We're transitioning to 4-inch right here, and we're coming up. So you've got about 30 feet of 6-inch lateral that would probably need to be replaced. Now we transition to ABS plastic. They've replaced a section here as well. And now we're transitioning to clay as plastic. We're going to take it from here, and we have this area right here where we have some very heavy root intrusion, and it looks like it may be broken right there as well. It's probably a break. There is a break because I can see where the pieces right there are separated. So you have a good sized break out in front of the house. What we're going to do is we're going to stop for a moment, and we're going to go mark this area real quick. We're going to turn on our locator for a moment. So the picture's going to get kind of fuzzy. Okay, we've marked this area out, and it's right in the driveway area where Renee parks the car. And we marked it with a piece of chalk. And there was a patch mark where they had dug the sewer up at one time. Somebody dug it up and just put a section of liner in. So now we're going to pull back. That's a pretty bad joint right there. See if we get to a point where we might be able to dig up and put a clean out in here. Get a mainline clean out down the line. And we might be able to even jet with a bigger jetter and come up the line and try and get this cleaner. And that joint's got substantial root intrusion right there. We're just drilling a hole through it, trying to go through this clean out back here, all the way back to the master bathroom. We've got several joints that are in poor condition. That one's offset, holding water. And then we come back here to ABS plastic. Appears that ABS plastic, somebody's replaced a section back here. So we're at 109 feet. We're going to pull back. Yeah, we've got just a small section. This is clay, I'm sorry. But that joint's really offset. You can see the whole face of it on the right. It's just shifted. And this is the cast iron. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take it out there. That's a big old... We're going to take it out to here. And we're going to go outside and we're going to mark it. And this is where we would try and put a clean out and maybe repair the sewer out in front. Replace the clay and replace the lateral in the street as well, probably. And then we might be able to run a large jetter coming back into the house to where we can clean the cast iron properly, because we'll have a good mainline clean out where we can run a large hose through. I'm going to stop. We're going to mark this area now. So again, the picture's going to get fuzzy. Okay, I've marked this area out. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, we're doing okay.
It's okay. Does Jen call you Manny?
I'm Michael.
I know you're Michael, but who?
No, we've got another gentleman, Manny. Manny's been out here several times.
I know
Yeah.
you're Michael, but she keeps talking about a Manny.
No, Manny's out here all the time too.
Oh, okay. But you're getting some success?
Yes.
Nice.
There's just a lot of paper, Renee. I know. You know what? It's just rough. The pipe is just rough enough, but I'm hoping maybe I can come up with a solution. I've located the sewer out in front by the driveway, small area outside, and put in a clean out there to where we can shoot this jetter, a big jetter, all the way back through the lines and clean it out a lot better that way. We can't shoot a big jetter through here.
Yeah.
There's just too many turns.
Just the thought of having to turn
No.
up those gorgeous floors.
No. Well, yeah, that's last resort. We're not even going to think about that.
You know, they're really, really, but we got to make this work, right?
Yeah.
You know.
I'll work it out. I might need to ask you if it's at all possible if we can switch to a lighter paper. Instead of the Charmin.
Charmin is not
Yeah,
good.
Charmin's thick.
Oh.
Charmin's heavy. It's almost like paper towels. It doesn't break up real easy. What I've got in here right now, I mean, you can see it if you.
Is it gonna feel like sandpaper?
No.
There's something decent.
There's something decent, but a little bit lighter, like a Scott 2-ply. Instead of this stuff is 3-ply.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'll talk to Jen too, if Jen picks the stuff up for you or whatever.
No, Jamima and
You
I
get
got
it?
it.
You get it? Okay.
So Scott?
So like Scott 2-ply. You know,
2-ply.
take a package while you're in the store, pop a
Okay.
hole in it, pull that roll out and see what it feels like to you.
Okay.
See how it feels? Yeah, but I mean, just see how it feels. If it doesn't feel good enough, then you find something else. Until we can get this thing resolved at least.
Okay.
I'm going to talk to Jen. It's possible we can put a clean out there and take care of the other issues we have out in front too, and then clean this line real good from that point.
Okay.
Then you're not going to have the issues that you're having.
Okay.
It could be a whole lot better.
It happened twice a year. But,
I know.
It's been going on. Yeah.
It's just, this thing was compacted in one spot with paper. It's just like a big ball. And I was able just to push through it with my camera.
And I used nothing
I know.
but the paper.
I know. It's the rough cast iron.
Yeah.
That's the hard part, okay?
Right.
So I'm working on it though.
Okay.
You'll be able to use it, no problem.
Really appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to run some water. We're going to run a heavy amount of water. I got the shower and the master going. I'm going to run in the other shower. I'm going to run the shower in the next bathroom over. We're going to try and flush out all this paper that we can. we got a whole lot of water running doors and 3 lavatory sinks, and I flushed some toilets. So we're going to pull back, and what we're going to do is we're going to try and make sure we break up all the paper that's in the line right now. We'll break up every bit. We've got some spots in here where we've got low spots, so we're holding water. We're holding water right there, and then once it gets over the top, then it's draining down decently, but it's still holding water in areas. This clay is not in good shape. And this cast iron we can't get to. We cannot get this cast iron through the mainline clean out in the master bath. You just can't jet it from there. Can't get through all the turns, and you see how rough that is. You can see how rough that cast iron is here, and then you'll see where we were able to jet, which was a whole lot better. Here, we can only get out so far. We can only get out about 50 feet from this clean out. There's a lot of rough cast iron. There's a lot of paper, that big old ball of paper. Huge ball of paper that we just had right there. 92 feet. I'm going to try and push out and make sure the paper out. So we get it all the way out. If we don't get it all the way out, we'll probably have to stop back up again. We've got past the roots. Once we're past the roots, got enough fall out there where it's going to go. It'll go all the way forth and look at it, make sure we get the biggest majority of this paper broken up with the camera and get it flowing through. And if we ran a jetter right here, a good chance we might get stuck where this turn is. It's going to go back into the straight part of it instead of this part of the turn coming back where we would like it to. But I think we were able to way to that turn is pretty clean now. So we may not have too much of a problem in here with that. Still got some. Nothing compared to what we do down further. Looks like we've got the majority. We shouldn't have a problem with the line right now. All of this cast iron. Still a little bit rough, but a whole lot better than what it was. It was pretty jagged and holding a whole lot of. We still got a little bit at the bottom. Just some of it we can't get going through this clean out. It's just too difficult. If we use a lighter paper, then there's a chance that we may get lucky enough to where it doesn't back up on us the way that it has. And I've spoken to Renee about trying to switch to a lighter paper. Get all the paper out of there now, so it's flowing pretty good. So hopefully it doesn't compact again right away. If we use a lighter paper in here, then there's a good chance it'll push through. It'll break up. This other Charmin that's being used now does not break up. And the line is wide open at this point. The line's wide open. Running free at this point. And that concludes our waste line and sewer line inspection and clearing the line.